This audiobook reveals ancient secrets of metaphysics. It shows you how to tap into unseen forces that shape your reality. As you listen, you'll learn a powerful truth. Your thoughts are strong waves that ripple through the universe, creating your experiences. It's time to embrace your role as a conscious creator and unlock the eternal laws that govern existence. Imagine this. Beneath the surface of what we see, there's a network of universal laws. These laws are eternal, unchanging, and always present. They work with perfect precision, controlling everything from the movement of atoms to the dance of galaxies. You're on the brink of understanding these divine principles, ready to see what lies beyond the obvious. The wisdom you're about to explore has guided humanity's greatest minds for ages. It tells of a universe that doesn't work by chance, but responds to our thoughts. Consciousness shapes reality, just like gravity holds everything together. Your thoughts aren't just random sparks. They are powerful forces that flow through the fabric of existence. As you wake up to these truths, you'll realize you're not just a spectator in this vast cosmic dance. You're a creator, filled with the same energy that forms stars and shapes worlds. The universe has gifted you the ability to direct these unseen currents of energy. By understanding metaphysical laws, you'll learn to control the power of thought and vibration. This isn't just some mystical idea, it's a practical truth proven by those who came before us. Ancient masters knew reality isn't set in stone, it's fluid. It responds to the frequency of our thoughts and the strength of our beliefs. This insight goes beyond physical science, revealing a deeper order where thought comes before form and consciousness creates reality. As you embrace these principles, you'll step into your rightful role as a conscious creator in the grand scheme of things. Now, let's dive into Chapter 1, The Ancient Map to Reality. Picture this. In the depths of time, there was a wanderer exploring forgotten lands. One day, as shadows stretched across age-old stones, the wanderer stumbled upon a temple with walls that bore the marks of countless years. In the quiet corners of the mind lies a map. Its edges are worn, and it's covered in strange symbols. At first glance, it seems to lead nowhere. But as the wanderer looked closer, understanding began to take shape. This map didn't show distant lands. It unveiled the hidden paths that guide our world. The universe works through laws that are subtler than those we see in everyday life. Just like the wanderer uncovered hidden routes where others saw only emptiness, you too stand in the midst of limitless possibility, just waiting to be noticed. Thought, energy, and consciousness are the building blocks of everything we see and feel. Your mind is like a lens that focuses light, turning energy into reality. Each thought you have sends ripples through existence, drawing in experiences that resonate with its vibe. This isn't just philosophy, it's the very way reality takes form. The world around you isn't set in stone, it flows and moves, responding to the hidden forces of your consciousness. In a far-off valley there was a sculptor. He dedicated years to perfecting his art. One day, he received a shapeless chunk of clay. While others saw just mud, he envisioned endless possibilities. With each careful touch, each purposeful movement, the clay transformed in his hands. What was once formless turned into something beautiful. Chaos gave way to order. The sculptor didn't just shape clay, he shaped reality itself through his vision. Like the wanderer who found new paths, and the sculptor who revealed beauty from the chaos, you have the power to shape your own reality. The map you're looking for is inside your mind, and the clay of your life is ready for your influence. Every situation in your life reflects the sum of your thoughts and beliefs. To transform your life, take a moment each day to find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed for 5 minutes. Sit and reflect on the unseen forces that shape your world. With a pen and paper, write down 3 areas of your life you want to change. Let your hand move across the page with purpose, just like the sculptor molding clay. This ancient practice, passed down through seekers of wisdom, will awaken your awareness of the creative power that lies within you. As you write, remember that each word is a seed of transformation, guiding you toward those hidden paths your soul is meant to find. Every day, as you engage in this ritual, you tap into the universal forces that shape reality. You become aware of your role as a creator in the grand design. In a village tucked away in ancient hills, there lived an ordinary person, much like you. They wore a strange pair of glasses. These glasses, passed down through generations, were thought to protect their eyes. But little did the villager know, these lenses covered the world in a gray mist. Vibrant flowers turned into shadows and bright sunlight faded to a dull twilight. For years, the villager accepted this dull reality as the truth, until one fateful morning, a gentle breeze knocked the glasses off. In that moment, the world exploded in color. It was so beautiful and alive that tears of joy streamed down their cheeks. You, too, wear invisible lenses made from beliefs you've picked up along the way. Just like the villager's glasses, these beliefs filter how you see the world. You might tell yourself life is tough, or that success only comes through struggle. Each thought adds another layer of tinted glass between you and the bright truth of existence. The universe is full of endless abundance, but your beliefs decide how much of that abundance comes your way. When you think, I can't, or it's impossible, those thoughts turn into barriers as real as any wall. Your self-imposed limits shape your world. In a merchant's courtyard, there was a stunning cave filled with gold and silver. Inside lived a bird with magnificent feathers that sang songs of far-off lands. The merchant, thinking he provided the best home, never understood why the bird's songs echoed with longing. One day, the bird fell silent, appearing lifeless at the bottom of its cage. Heartbroken, the merchant opened the cage door, and in an instant, the bird flew to freedom, leaving behind the golden bars that had trapped it. Like that bird, you might have embraced beautiful limitations and comfortable beliefs that still hold you back. Your cage might be filled with societal expectations, cultural norms, or boundaries you've set for yourself. They shine with the false gold of security, whispering sweet justifications to keep you in their familiar embrace. But freedom is waiting. It's in the simple act of questioning these constraints. Dare to explore whether the barriers around you are truly as solid as they seem. Sometimes, boundaries we think are solid can disappear when we find the courage to push against them. There's a simple practice for this. First, find a quiet spot to sit, close your eyes, and think of a belief you hold about yourself or the world. Now picture yourself gently taking that belief off, like a villager removing their glasses. What new colors come to life without it? What fresh possibilities show up when that limitation fades away? Grab your journal and write whatever comes to mind about these new horizons that open up when that belief isn't clouding your view anymore. This practice, shared by wise minds over the years, helps you see the difference between what's true and the way you've been seeing it. As you write down these insights, you're joining an age-old tradition of letting go of limiting beliefs. Now let's talk about energy and vibration. Inside an ancient temple, there was a wise master who possessed a special tuning fork passed down through generations. Each morning, she would strike this magical instrument, and something amazing would happen. Other tuning forks in the room would start to sing, even without anyone touching them. The temple bells would chime softly, bowls would hum, and the air would feel alive with music you can't see. The master knew this wasn't magic. It was all about resonance, the natural law of everything vibrating. Every thought, every emotion, every word you say has its own unique frequency, rippling out into the universe and attracting experiences that match that energy. If you're stuck in worry, you're tuning into lack. But when you embrace joy, you align with abundance. The universe doesn't just listen to your words, it reacts to the energy you give off, like invisible waves filling the space around you. There are countless frequencies all around us. Your thoughts and feelings act like a dial, tuning into specific channels. In a distant mountain village, there lived a musician famous for her beautifully transcendent music. People who listened to her play felt like they were lifted to realms of pure light. One day, a curious student asked her about her secret. With a gentle smile, she lifted her instrument. Before I play a single note, I make sure to tune not just my strings, but my whole self. I align my breath, thoughts, and heart with the perfect pitch that's already waiting in the silence. Only then can the music truly flow through me, instead of from me. This wisdom shows us our role in the grand symphony of life. Just like a musician, you need to get in sync with the frequency of what you want to create. The harmony you seek on the outside starts with the inner vibe you maintain. So, Here's your practice. Find a peaceful spot where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your back straight, allowing energy to move freely. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Then, with your lips gently closed, start to hum one steady note. Let this sound emerge naturally, no forcing it. As you keep this tone going, picture it as a golden light shining from your heart, sending your pure intentions out into the universe. Stick with this for 5 minutes, feeling your whole self tune into the frequency of your highest dreams. Now let's dive into Chapter 4, the invisible forces of the universe. In the heart of an endless desert, where time seems to flow like sand, there lived a wise observer. This sage noticed something amazing. While others just saw shifting dunes, this wise one sensed the invisible winds shaping the landscape. Day by day, unseen currents would lift grains of sand, creating intricate patterns and transforming the desert while most slept, completely unaware. Just like those hidden winds shape the desert, the invisible forces of your thoughts, feelings, and intentions shape your reality. Each thought you hold sends ripples through the fabric of existence, much like a breeze stirring still water. Your emotions act as the current, giving power to those thoughts, while your intentions direct their flow. These forces work with perfect precision, even if we can't see them. Your thoughts are the architects crafting the blueprints of possibilities. Your emotions are the builders adding energy, and your intentions are the master craftsmen directing this creative force to its ultimate expression. In a distant kingdom, there was an artisan famous for making breathtaking tapestries. Visitors to her workshop were perplexed, as they could only see her working with empty hands at her loom. But as days went on, striking images would pop up in the fabric, so bright they felt real. Those who looked closely found a hidden truth. She worked with threads of pure light, invisible on their own, until they came together to form a full picture. Just like this mysterious weaver, you also create with invisible materials. Every thought, every feeling, every intention is a thread in your life's fabric. You might not see these threads being woven, but their impact shows up in your experiences. Now take a moment for a sacred practice. Find a quiet spot and close your eyes. Picture 3 streams of light flowing through your life: golden thoughts, silver emotions, and crystal clear intentions. Notice how these streams combine to shape your current situation. Grab a journal and write down 3 recent experiences, tracing how your thoughts, feelings, and intentions played a role. This practice uncovers the hidden framework of your reality, giving you the power to create your future with more awareness. In a land of ancient mountains, a tired traveler found shelter in a strange temple, home to a one-of-a-kind mirror. Its surface rippled like water, refusing to show the traveler's physical form. Instead, it reflected gardens when they felt calm, storms when fear took over, and golden light when joy filled their spirit. Through this mirror, the traveler learned that their inner feelings colored the world around them. You have a similar mirror inside you, a creative force that translates your inner reality into the outside world. Every thought you nurture, every feeling you develop, shapes your experiences. The outside world bends to the will of your inner kingdom, reflecting your state of consciousness perfectly. This mirror-like nature of existence follows universal laws. Plant thoughts of lack, and the mirror shows scarcity. Cultivate gratitude, and abundance blooms in your life. In a lush valley lived a gardener who grasped this truth well. Every morning before she sowed physical seeds, she planted seeds of intention in her mind. She understood that the health of her inner garden would determine the quality of what grew around her. As she worked, those around her couldn't help but be amazed by how well her crops thrived. They didn't realize she focused first on the hidden roots of creation. Just like this wise gardener, your thoughts and feelings shape your reality. Your mindset is the rich soil where your experiences begin to grow. The thoughts you nurture with care and the emotions you believe in become the fruits of your daily life. Every situation you face started as a tiny seed planted in your mind. Throughout history, those who truly understand abundance know this essential truth. Your mind is like an eternal garden, always ready to support the seeds you choose to plant. By tending to your inner space with gratitude and positive beliefs, your outer world will mirror that richness back to you in incredible, unexpected ways. Now imagine a sacred practice. Sit quietly and see your mind as a vast garden. Pick 3 positive feelings you want to grow, maybe joy, peace, and abundance. Write them down. Close your eyes and picture these emotions as seeds of light taking root within you. Visualize how these blooming feelings can change your world, creating new possibilities in your reality. This practice brings your inner and outer worlds into harmony, sparking the creative force that shapes your experiences. Imagine a remote monastery high in the mountains where a scholar found a worn scroll tucked away in a stone alcove. As he slowly unrolled the ancient parchment, golden symbols began to shine, unveiling secrets from masters of manifestation. The scroll taught that thought bridges the formless and the formed, the unseen and the seen. Now, you're standing at the same doorway to discovery, because the power revealed in that scroll lives inside you. Thought isn't just a quiet observer, it's a powerful force that expresses the universal mind in tangible ways. When you focus your thoughts with clarity and intention, you activate the creative energy that turns what's invisible into reality. Just like light travels straight, thoughts move with precision toward their targets. Each thought you hold acts as a beacon, attracting the circumstances you seek. The universe doesn't respond to random wishes. It reacts to clear, focused thoughts. Picture a lighthouse standing tall along a stormy coast. Its beam cuts through darkness and fog, guiding ships safely home. Every night, the keeper of the lighthouse carefully maintains this light, knowing lives depend on its steady glow. Your mind works like that lighthouse. Each thought you hold on to is like a beam of creative energy, helping manifest your desires into reality. Like the lighthouse keeper, you need to nurture your light with care and purpose. When your thoughts are scattered, they create confusion in your path. But when you hold a single thought clearly, it lights the way for what you want to come to you. Here's a simple exercise. Find a quiet spot and grab some paper and a pen. Write down one clear intention, not a long list, just one strong goal you want to achieve. Close your eyes and focus on this intention for 5 minutes. See it as a current reality, not a distant dream. Feel the truth of it filling every part of you. This focused thought opens the door between what you can't see and what you can. It helps your intention take shape in the real world. Now, let's talk about the power of belief. In a faraway valley, there was a healer. She didn't use medicines or potions. Instead, she had one incredible tool, the power of absolute belief. People came to her feeling broken, but they only felt her unwavering confidence in their healing. When they looked into her eyes, they saw themselves as already whole and healed, and they truly became that way. You have that same power inside you. Belief is what everything is built on. It's not just about thinking positively, it's about knowing deep down. When you believe, you connect with the universe's creative force. Your beliefs shape your life and every experience you have. Beyond what makes sense, beyond what people think is possible, the universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It answers to what you truly believe deep down. In the ancient East, there was a warrior who stood alone against thousands. While others expected defeat, he had a rock-solid belief in his victory. As he faced those massive forces, his confidence was so strong that it changed reality itself. The opposing army felt his power and laid down their weapons, declaring him their leader. His belief didn't just change his reality, it transformed the reality for thousands. These stories reflect your own journey. Every challenge you come across bends to the strength of your beliefs. Like the healer who saw only wholeness, you can choose to look beyond your current limits. Like the warrior facing impossible odds, you can hold on to what you know inside, even when everything around you says otherwise. Now let's talk about the practice of belief, the language of the universe. Take a quiet moment to write down an affirmation that expresses your deepest belief about yourself and your place in the world. Write it with purpose, feeling each word as your pen glides across the page. Let this statement capture the highest truth about your divine nature and limitless potential. For 7 days, say this affirmation aloud at dawn and dusk. Let its truth resonate through your entire being. With each time you speak it, feel its energy flowing through you, embedding itself into who you are. Each repetition will strengthen your belief, turning a simple thought into something solid that guides your every move. As you practice this sacred ritual, pay attention to how your words begin to shape your thoughts and the reality around you. In a time long forgotten, a wanderer traveled through mist-covered mountains, discovering strange markings in the stones every morning, a spiral here, a crescent there. Though she didn't understand their meaning, something deep inside her was stirred. Following these mysterious signs led her to life-giving springs and cozy caves, and eventually, imagine a hidden valley where wise folks have preserved sacred knowledge through the ages. You're on a similar journey. The universe talks to you, using a complex language made of symbols and meaningful coincidences. These aren't just random happenings, they're threads in a cosmic message. When you spot repeating numbers, animals crossing your path, or dreams that linger in your mind, it's like catching a glimpse of the universe trying to guide you. These signs come from a shared consciousness that speaks in a language older than words. Think of a feather floating down. It holds more meaning than just what you see. When certain patterns or images keep popping up, they're like celestial road signs, pointing you toward your best path. There was this young woman who found that her dreams held messages for her everyday life. She realized water in her dreams often hinted at emotional situations, while birds brought important news. As she learned to decode these symbols, her life changed. Her dreams became a bridge connecting her mind to the universe's infinite wisdom. Just like her, you have the natural ability to understand this sacred language. The symbols in your life create a unique conversation between you and the divine. So when the same image shows up 3 times in a day, or when you experience a series of incredible coincidences, it's the universe saying, "Hey, pay attention." These synchronicities confirm you're in tune with universal forces, a sacred nod to your journey. They tend to pop up when you're on the verge of big changes or when you need some divine guidance, showing up as repeated numbers, meaningful encounters, or soft whispers in the wind. If you take the time to notice and interpret these signs with respect and faith, you deepen your connection to the flow of wisdom. Like an ancient sage reading the stars, you start recognizing this intimate language. Each synchronicity becomes part of a grand tapestry of divine communication, bringing you closer to your highest purpose. To practice this sacred art of symbol recognition, keep a special journal. Write down the symbols and coincidences that show up in your life each day. Look for patterns, meaningful moments, and symbolic messages. Keep track of your dreams, paying attention to any repeating images or themes. Think about what these symbols might be trying to tell you. Let your intuition help you understand their meanings. By doing this, you'll start to speak the universe's special language of signs. Chapter 9. The Field of Infinite Possibilities. In a timeless village, there was a child with curiosity that sparkled brighter than the morning star. One day, while rummaging through an old dusty house, the child stumbled upon a strange door. This door was different. It didn't just lead to a room or a garden. It shimmered with a magical light. When the child opened it, they found not just a room, but an endless space where everything anyone could imagine existed at once, a cosmic playground of infinite possibilities. You stand before a similar door. The quantum field lies ahead, a huge ocean of potential where all possibilities live in perfect harmony. This field doesn't respond to force. It listens to your gentle awareness. Every dream you've ever held is there, waiting for you to align with it. Your thoughts and feelings send out ripples in this infinite field, creating waves that resonate with matching possibilities, pulling them from what could be into reality. Time and space don't limit the quantum field. It just is, holding everything that was, is, or could be. In another time, there was a master weaver at a loom like no other. Instead of regular threads, she had countless strands of light, each one a different possibility. With care, she chose certain threads to weave a beautiful tapestry of reality. Some glowed with abundance, others sparkled with joy, and some surged with adventure. Just like the weaver picks her threads, you get to choose which possibilities to manifest by focusing your attention and aligning your emotions. The quantum field reacts to your choices, bringing forth the realities that match what you consciously select. Your life is this vast playground, ready for you to discover its endless potential. Every choice, thought, and feeling sends out a signal to the field, calling in specific possibilities from the deep ocean of all that's possible. When you grasp this truth, your limitations fade away like mist. This is the ancient practice of quantum alignment. Take a moment now, grab your journal, and write down a heartfelt desire. Close your eyes. Picture that desire fully realized, existing perfectly in the quantum field. It's complete and just waiting for you to align with it. Feel its reality. Know it's already there in the infinite playground of possibilities. Let your entire being resonate with this truth. It's time to align with its frequency in the world of all potential. Chapter 10: The Alchemist's Secret of Awareness. Once in a time beyond memory, there lived an alchemist in a worn stone tower. Each day he struggled over his crucibles, trying to turn common metals into gold. Success always seemed out of reach, until he found an ancient scroll that revealed the true secret. The change he sought on the outside could only happen through change within himself. Like this alchemist, you have the power to transform your life from within. The secret isn't found in complex formulas or fancy rituals. It lies in the sacred practice of self-awareness. Just as the alchemist learned to notice subtle shifts in his consciousness, you too can develop this inner vision. Awareness is your philosopher's stone. It turns the lead of unthinking habits into the gold of conscious creation. When you shine a light on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you kickstart a process that can completely change your reality. In the Far East, there was a temple that held a special mirror. This mirror wasn't like ordinary ones. It didn't just show reflections. Instead, it offered glimpses of possible futures. People who looked into it noticed that the future they saw changed based on their current awareness. The more they understood their existing patterns, the brighter their future became. This mirror exists within you, in your ability to reflect on yourself. As you become more aware of your present state, you gain the power to shape what's in front of you. Each moment of conscious observation plants seeds that grow into new possibilities. The power to transform your life has always been within you. Just like the alchemist who realized that his consciousness sparked change, you hold the key to altering any part of your life by simply becoming aware. Take a moment to find a quiet place and just think for 5 minutes. Reflect on a pattern in your life that you'd like to change. Write it down in your journal, noting how it shows up in your daily life. Then, like an alchemist, figure out one small thing you can do to change this pattern. Write that down too and promise yourself you'll make that change. Remember, just being aware can spark transformation. Now let's look deeper into cause and effect. In a timeless valley, there was a farmer who cared for his fields with great attention. Every morning, before dawn, he walked through his crops, touching each seedling with purpose. While other farmers scattered seeds, he planted each one with a prayer, imagining it growing strong and plentiful. When harvest time came, his crops were larger and sweeter than anyone else's. You have that same power to create with intention. Every thought you plant, every feeling you nurture, and every action you take sends waves throughout your life. The law of causation works perfectly. Nothing happens by chance. Every result comes from a specific cause. Just like the farmer got amazing results from his careful work, your awareness shapes what you'll reap in life. Each moment is a chance to sow seeds of intention that can blossom into your future. The law shows us that where you are now is a result of past thoughts, feelings, and actions, and what you choose today influences what's to come. Picture a potter at her wheel. Unlike others who rush, she begins by centering herself in silence. With every touch, she adds clear intention to the clay, knowing her mindset affects her work. The pots she creates are full of harmony and beauty. Just like her, you shape your life with purpose. Your hands are always on the wheel of creation. Through intentional actions, you mold your circumstances into what you want. The law of causation guarantees that every genuine effort you make has an impact. Each intentional move creates ripples that transform your reality. Think about a goal you really want to achieve. Grab a journal and jot down one simple action you can take today that lines up with that goal. Take a moment to reflect on how this action, done with intention, might start a wave of positive change in your life and in the lives around you. Write down your thoughts, knowing that this mindful step sets off a chain of events, leading you closer to what you want. In the heart of an ancient forest, a tired traveler stumbled upon a hidden lake. Its surface was as smooth as glass. As they moved closer to drink, they noticed something strange. Instead of seeing their physical reflection, what stared back was the storm of worry swirling within them. Dark clouds and choppy waters mirrored their inner chaos. But as they continued to observe, they realized the lake's surface changed with their emotions. When calmness filled their heart, the lake sparkled with a serene sunrise. When happiness bubbled up, flowers blossomed on its surface. You live in a universe just like this magical lake. Everything around you, your experiences, your relationships, reflects what's going on inside you. This mirror principle explains why two people can face the same situation and feel it differently. Each one views it through their own emotional lens. The outside world is like a faithful mirror, showing you what resonates within. When you encounter abundance, it reveals your inner sense of worth. When you face obstacles, it highlights where fear or doubt might be hiding. Nothing appears in your life that doesn't first exist in you. Picture an artist in a bright studio, sitting in front of a blank canvas with her eyes shut tight. Instead of looking at reference images, she painted from her imagination. People who saw her finished works talked about how powerful they were, feeling that each piece captured not just the surface but the true spirit of the subject. The artist knew her paintings were a reflection of her heart, not just her eyes. In the same way, you create your own reality through your perceptions and beliefs. The world you live in isn't just an objective place, it's a mirror of your consciousness projected outwards. When you shift what's inside you, the world outside begins to change too. Life's mirror can't help but show us when things change. This insight puts the power of change right in your hands. Take a moment to reflect, grab your journal, and write about something in your life that doesn't sit well. Look deep into that mirror. What belief or feeling is it showing back at you? Think about what inner change you can make to shift how you see that situation. Write down both what's happening outside and the inner state you want to change. Remember, when you change inside, everything else starts to change too. Chapter 13 talks about the power of right now. Up in the mountains, a monk found an ancient shrine locked with a strange mechanism. This wasn't a normal lock. It had a message. Only those living fully in the present can enter. For years, the monk tried to unlock it with meditation and prayer, but nothing worked. Then one day he let go of all thoughts about the past and future, surrendering to the present. In that moment, the lock just disappeared, and the shrine opened to reveal treasures beyond his wildest dreams. You have that same ability to access the wonders of life through being present. Right now is the only time you can create. It's where the universe's endless possibilities come into reality. When you dwell on the past or get lost in future dreams, you slip away from your power to create. Your thoughts, feelings, and intentions come together right now, shaping your experiences like rivers merging into one big flow. The past is just a memory, and the future is full of possibilities, but the present is where you build your life. Imagine a still moment in a magical garden. A butterfly hovers between flowers, facing a choice. Should it go for the rose or the lily? Each choice sends ripples through reality, creating new paths and destinies. But that butterfly can only choose while it's in that moment of presence. This mirrors your own journey, because every present moment holds endless potential, waiting for your conscious direction. When you split your energy between past regrets and future worries, you give up your power to shape the now. But when you bring yourself fully to the present moment, you tap into a creative force that's as vast as the galaxies and as delicate as blooming flowers. It's a sacred practice to be present. Find a quiet spot, settle into a comfy position, and take 5 minutes for yourself. Focus on your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall, the rhythm of life flowing through you. As you breathe, bring your intentions into this sacred space of now. Watch them take shape and transform from mere possibilities into reality through the power of your presence. Let every breath anchor you deeper into this eternal moment where all creation begins. Now let's dive into emotions. In the heart of an ancient village, there was a blacksmith with a secret in his forge. While other craftsmen struggled to keep their fires alive, his burned with an otherworldly intensity. Those who watched him realized that when his passion ignited, the flames leaped higher and burned brighter than any ordinary fire. The metal under his hammer didn't just bend to force. It responded to the pure emotional energy he infused into each creation. The link between your emotions and what you create is just like that sacred forge. Your feelings fuel the creative process of the universe. When you pour genuine emotion into your intentions, you set off a vibrational frequency that pulls matching experiences into your life. Think of emotion as a bridge connecting thought to form. Your thoughts set the direction, but emotions provide the energy to turn possibilities into real experiences. Joy, love, enthusiasm, and gratitude vibrate at frequencies that attract similar events. These uplifting emotions act as magnets, drawing in circumstances that resonate with their essence. Still, many try to manifest without really connecting emotionally, wondering why nothing seems to work. It's like a blacksmith trying to shape cold coals. Everything is there, but without the heat of emotion, nothing can change. In a concert hall far away, a musician learned this lesson too. Even with her technical skills, her performances didn't move anyone until she discovered how to infuse each note with true feeling. When she played from her heart, music has this amazing ability to stir something deep inside us. The way she expresses herself through her songs hits a chord with our very souls, leading to real changes in our lives. Some people find love, others find courage, and many discover new pathways they hadn't seen before. All of this is sparked by the emotional energy of her music. Your feelings have that same kind of powerful transformation. When you align your emotions with what you truly want, you create a vibe that the universe has to respond to. It's like a blacksmith's forge shining brightly from passion, or like the notes of a musician pouring out their heartfelt truths. Your emotions amplify the power behind your intentions. Here's a simple practice to get started. Find a quiet moment in your day. Think of one feeling you want to boost in your life. Maybe it's joy, peace, or abundance. Now bring to mind a time when you really felt that emotion. Dive back into that moment. Notice how your body feels, what thoughts pop into your head, and the energy swirling around you. Let that emotion wash over you completely. As you build this feeling, you'll start attracting more of what matches its vibe. Now let's talk about the power of visualization. Once upon a time, when birds ruled the skies, there was an inventor dreaming up amazing flying machines. While others saw limits, he spent night after night sketching out designs that came to him in dreams. Big, beautiful things made of wood and cloth, ready to take humanity into the sky. He refined these images until they were so real in his mind that he could almost touch them, feel the wind beneath their wings, and hear the rush of air as they flew through the clouds. Visualization is just as powerful in your life. Just like that inventor's visions came before reality, your ability to create vivid images in your mind shapes the world around you. The universe doesn't respond to vague wishes. It answers to clear, strong mental pictures filled with certainty. When you close your eyes and paint detailed scenes in your mind, you activate pathways in your brain that also fire during real experiences. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that really happened. That's why, with consistent practice and clarity, visualization can become an incredible tool for making your dreams come true. He set sail for shores that weren't marked on any map. No charts to direct him. All he had was a clear vision in his mind of where he wanted to go. Every morning, he'd stand at the front of his boat, eyes shut, picturing not just the destination, but every moment of the journey. He could feel the salt spray on his face, hear the sound of waves crashing against the boat, and see vibrant birds soaring above. Despite countless storms and challenges, that mental picture never wavered. Then, finally, the shores he had visualized broke through the morning mist. Just like him, you have the ability to steer your life toward your dreams, dreams that first spark in your imagination. The clarity of your mental picture shapes your journey's precision. When you immerse all your senses in your visualization, seeing, hearing, feeling, even tasting and smelling your ideal reality, you create a blueprint that the universe can follow. So, find a quiet spot at dawn. Close your eyes and think of one specific desire you want to bring to life. See it clearly, as if it's happening right now. Feel the emotions it stirs up. Hear the sounds that come with it. Imagine its texture in your mind. Infuse your vision with life until it feels as real as the chair you're sitting in. Hold on to that image with focus for 5 minutes, knowing that what you can see in your mind holds the seeds for turning into reality. In a timeless valley, a river flows effortlessly, carving its way through ancient stone, moving with the beat of the earth. This river doesn't fight against obstacles. Instead, it flows around them, turning barriers into new paths. Where the river flows, life thrives. Trees stretch their roots toward its water, flowers bloom by its side, and creatures gather in its calm arms. The universe flows just like that river, with grace and ease. When you align with this sacred current, life stops being a struggle and starts becoming a dance of creation. To connect with this universal flow, you need to shift your perspective. Let go of the need to control everything and trust the greater wisdom that connects us all. Your thoughts can act like stones in the riverbed, either disrupting the flow or guiding it to new beginnings. Through meditation and being aware, you start to see when you're in sync with the universe or when you're pushing against it. Just like how water finds its own level, your life can align with its true purpose if you stop resisting. The universe isn't about forcing things, it flows naturally. Your job isn't to make things happen, but to let yourself be carried along this endless stream of possibilities. Imagine a dancer on a stage, moving gracefully in tune with the music. It seemed like the melody came from her, not the musicians. She didn't count her steps or plan out her routine. She completely surrendered to the rhythm and became one with the music. In those moments, there was no difference between the dancer and the dance, no divide between movement and music. She discovered the secret to effortless creation through perfect alignment. You can dance in harmony with this universal flow too. By tuning into those subtle energies, your actions can become effortless expressions of a higher purpose. You stop pushing against life and start flowing with it, allowing your dreams to come to you naturally. For a sacred flow practice, find a quiet spot and get comfy. Close your eyes and picture yourself as a river, flowing easily towards your dreams. Feel the cool, clear waters of universal energy moving through you, washing away any obstacles. Spend 5 minutes visualizing this, letting yourself blend fully with the flow. Notice how all resistance fades away as you surrender to the natural currents of life. Now let's talk about overcoming doubts and resistance. Picture a traveler in a far-off mountain village, struggling with a heavy backpack. Even when villagers offered to help lighten the load, the traveler clung to that pack, insisting every single item was needed. Day after day, that traveler trudged along, weighed down and growing warier with each step. But what was inside that pack? Not treasures, but stones of worry, doubt, and fear. Each one collected on their journey and considered too important to let go. You might carry similar burdens yourself. These invisible weights can hold you back, filling you with fears and doubts that block the natural flow of universal energy, just like a dam stops a river. Push through your life. The universe wants to give you everything you desire. But internal barriers can block those gifts. When you cling to doubt, you tell the universe you'd rather stick with what's familiar, even if it's limiting, than risk the unknown freedom that lies ahead. Your resistance can turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy, creating the struggles you fear. The law of attraction isn't just about what you want. It responds to your deepest beliefs and feelings. Picture a young bird perched high in its nest. It watches others fly through the clouds. Its wings are strong, ready to soar. But fear keeps it tied to the safety of the nest. Each morning, it stretches those wings, ready to take off, but always hesitates at the last moment. Then one day, a gentle breeze lifts the bird from its perch. Panic grips its heart. What will happen? But then something amazing occurs. Its wings catch the wind and suddenly it's flying, carried effortlessly by the very air it once feared. Like that bird, you have everything you need to soar. The universe supports you, offering invisible forces to lift you toward your dreams. Trust replaces struggle when you let go of doubt. Faith becomes the wings that lift you beyond what you think you can't do. Now let's practice releasing those fears. Grab a piece of paper and write down one doubt that weighs heavily on you. Hold it in your hands. Feel the weight of that limitation. Now tear it into tiny pieces. As you do, notice how light you feel as you let go. Feel that freedom in your body and spirit as you drop that weight, opening yourself up to an endless flow of energy from the universe. In a busy marketplace, there was a merchant with a small shop filled with simple goods. Each morning, he shared his breakfast with hungry kids outside his door. When travelers came by without money, he offered them supplies for their journeys, asking for nothing in return. Other merchants warned him he was being foolish, saying his kindness would lead him to ruin. But then, something mysterious happened. The more he gave away, the more abundance seemed to flow into his life. His shelves stayed full, even with his generosity. Customers showed up just when he needed them, and his little shop became known for the miracles of giving and receiving. Every day, you find yourself at this same crossroads of life. The flow of abundance follows principles that go beyond what we can easily understand. When you give with an open heart, you make room for receiving. This isn't just a simple exchange, it's a true transformation, a sacred connection with the universe. Giving sparks the law of circulation, much like breathing. You need to exhale to make space for fresh air, right? Similarly, giving creates a spiritual space for new abundance to flow into your life. Your generosity shows you trust in the endless possibilities of what the universe holds for you. Think about a farmer who knows this truth well. In spring, he takes his most valuable seeds and plants them in the ground. He doesn't hold them back in fear of tough times. He spreads them out happily, aware that each seed holds the promise of a bountiful return. The earth responds to his faith with a harvest that far exceeds what he originally planted. This natural law applies to all areas of life, whether it's your time, love, knowledge, or material goods. The universe reflects your generosity back to you. But remember, clinging to specific outcomes can block this flow. Give because your heart leads you to do so, not to control what happens next. Practice giving today. Find one meaningful way to show generosity. Maybe it's spending time with someone who needs it, offering a heartfelt compliment, or giving away something valuable. Let your heart lead you toward an act of kindness that feels right and aligned with who you are. As you give, pay attention to how it feels. Notice the warmth spreading in your chest, the lightness in your step, and the shift in your energy. Take some time to write about your experience, focusing on the joy of being part of the universal flow of giving and receiving, rather than what you might get in return. Reflect on how this simple act connects you to the larger rhythm of abundance that exists throughout all of life. In a distant mountain village, a seamstress worked diligently at her loom, creating a beautiful tapestry. Unlike other weavers who used ordinary threads, she incorporated a single golden strand that sparkled as if it had its own light. Though many couldn't see it, this thread held everything together, forming patterns of incredible beauty. Just like this golden thread, faith acts as an unseen force throughout life's journey. When you nurture strong faith, you create a connection between what you can see and what you can't. This allows universal forces to flow through you. Faith isn't just about believing, it's the foundation for everything you want to create. Without faith, your intentions are like leaves scattered by the wind, but with faith, they can grow and thrive. Imagine a sailor from ancient times, crossing endless oceans. He doesn't have modern instruments. Instead, he relies on the eternal stars to guide him through the dark and stormy nights. When the clouds hide the stars, his faith in their steady presence keeps him grounded. He knows that even when he can't see them, the stars are still shining brightly, continuing their dance. You, too, can navigate life by trusting the unseen forces around you. The universe works based on perfect laws, whether you notice them or not. Your faith in these laws acts like a compass, guiding you through uncertain times toward your goals. The sailor doesn't create the stars, he simply trusts in their guidance. Your faith doesn't make the universal laws, it aligns you with their strength. When doubt clouds your view, remember, the laws of manifestation are still in motion, just like gravity, whether you believe in it or not. Here's a simple exercise. Pick an area of your life where doubts are holding you back, maybe in your relationships, career choices, or personal growth. Write down your fears and uncertainties openly and honestly. Next, create a personal mantra that reinforces your trust in the universal process. It should resonate deeply with you and reflect your highest truth. Something like, "Divine wisdom guides me, even when the way is unclear," or "I trust the perfect unfolding of universal law in my life." Say this mantra whenever uncertainty strikes, letting your faith light your path like stars shining on dark waters. With each repetition, strengthen your connection to the invisible forces that guide you. Just as ancient sailors relied on the eternal dance of celestial bodies, let your mantra anchor you to universal truths when doubts try to steer you off course. At winter solstice, people lit fires. In spring, they blessed the seeds for planting. During autumn, they made offerings for the harvest. These activities connected the earth and sky, linking the community to the natural rhythms of life. Through these ancient traditions, we learn a vital truth. Rituals open a door between worlds. They turn simple actions into powerful channels. When you move with intention, you're speaking to the universe in its own language. Your thoughts and wishes start to gain energy and take shape, from dreams into real life. Every ritual anchors your intentions in the physical world while lifting your spirit to higher levels. There was a blacksmith who made powerful talismans. With each swing of his hammer, he focused his energy. The act of forging turned into a sacred dance. Each strike, each fold, each time the metal cooled in sacred water transformed ordinary metal into vessels of divine energy. His work was more than craft. It became a link between intention and creation. Just like the blacksmith, your rituals shift energy through focused action. The things you use, candles, crystals, or even written intentions, serve as connections to universal forces. The true power isn't in the objects, but in the meanings you give them and how you interact with them. Rituals bring your whole being, body, mind, and spirit into alignment with your desires. By practicing these ceremonies, you tell the universe you're ready to receive. Create a space for your ritual where you won't be interrupted. Place a candle at the center and write down your intention. Focus on the feelings and energy you want to bring into your life. Light the candle respectfully, seeing its flame as a guiding light. Hold the paper firmly, infusing it with your desire. When you're ready, burn the paper in the candle's flame, releasing your intention to the universe. As the paper turns to ash, trust that your desire has been heard. End your ritual with a moment of gratitude. Now let's talk about becoming the architect of your own reality. In a faraway kingdom, a young ruler received a sacred scepter passed down through generations. The scepter was a symbol of great power, but the ruler used it recklessly. Commands were given on a whim, and the kingdom struggled under hasty decisions. Then, an ancient sage visited the court. "The scepter reflects your inner self," the sage whispered. "Its true power doesn't come from gold or jewels. It comes from the wisdom of the one who wields it." With patient guidance, the ruler learned to look inside before making choices, to consider the outcomes before acting. As the ruler's inner wisdom grew, so did the kingdom's prosperity. You, too, have this divine power over your own reality. Like the sacred scepter, your ability to create isn't about outside forces. It's about the wisdom you nurture within. Every thought, every decision, every intention is like a decree that shapes your life's kingdom. When you accept this authority, you align yourself with universal forces. No longer just an observer, you become an active creator. This power needs both confidence and humility. Believe in your ability to shape your world, but also recognize that you're just a channel for universal energy. Once a gardener received a barren piece of land. While others saw only dust and rocks, the gardener envisioned a paradise. Day by day, this visionary worked the soil, planted seeds, and nurtured young plants with determination. Through consistent effort, the wasteland transformed into an oasis of abundance. Just like that gardener, you can change any part of your life. Your thoughts are seeds, your focus is the water that nurtures them, and your persistence is the force that helps them thrive. The barren areas of your life are waiting for you to acknowledge this creative power. Your authority comes from your divine nature as a co-creator with the universe. Just like the young ruler learned to handle the scepter wisely, you must learn to direct your creative energy with awareness. Every moment is a chance to use this sacred authority through thoughtful choices and focused intentions. As a sacred practice, write a declaration of empowerment that begins with, "I am the creator of my reality." Include areas where you want to exercise your creative authority. Read this declaration aloud every morning for a week, letting its truth sink deep into your being. Feel how powerful your words are as they shape the reality around you. He fought hard to stay on his chosen path. His muscles ached, and his spirit faltered. Yet he continued to struggle against nature's powerful forces. In that moment of total exhaustion, he remembered the wisdom of seafaring elders. When the storm speaks, the wise sailor listens. So he released his grip on the wheel and let the wind steer his ship. Instead of battling the tempest, he became one with it. As he did, the ship found its way to a safe cove, a place he never would have discovered if he had stuck to his original course. In surrendering, he found his refuge. You, too, stand at the helm of your life. Often, you wrestle with forces that seem to pull you off your path. But in that resistance lies a vital truth. The universe is nudging you towards your greater good, even when the journey looks scary or uncertain. True strength doesn't come from holding on tightly. It emerges when you know when to let go. This sacred art of surrender connects you with universal forces that arrange events beyond what you can see. Think of water. It flows around obstacles instead of smashing into them. Surrender lets you glide easily toward your destiny. In a faraway land, a dancer prepared hard for a royal performance, practicing stiff movements with strict control, yet something felt off. Then she saw a leaf twirling in the wind. That leaf didn't plan or force its movement. It flowed gracefully with the breeze. In that moment, she realized true mastery comes not from controlling everything, but from dancing in harmony with the music. When she performed, she surrendered to the melody, letting it run through her. The audience saw not just a display of skill, but a stunning expression of artistry. Through surrender, she achieved what strict control could never give her. This truth applies to every part of your life. When you let go of how things should be, you open the door to possibilities you couldn't even imagine. Surrender turns struggle into flow and resistance into harmony. The paradox of surrender is its strength. By loosening your grip, you tap into forces much bigger than your own will. Just like the sailor who found shelter and the dancer who discovered true artistry, you'll realize that your greatest achievements come from surrendering to the universal flow. Take a moment. Spend 5 minutes visualizing one area of your life where you can practice this surrender. Think about a situation in your life where you feel stuck. Maybe it's about a relationship, a job, or a personal hurdle that's been weighing heavily on you. Imagine holding that situation tight in your hands. You can feel the tension in your fingers and the struggle to keep control. Now take a deep, slow breath. Open your hands, letting go of that tight grip on how you think things should play out. Feel that instant relief wash over you as you trust the universe to steer you toward what's best for you. Remember that there's a wisdom out there that's way beyond what we can see. Allow yourself to embrace the deep peace that comes from surrendering. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you stop trying to manage every little detail. In this space of letting go, notice how your body begins to relax and your mind quiets down. Make room for that universal grace to flow through you. Now let's dive into chapter 23, where we find hidden wisdom. In the heart of an old mountain range, a wanderer found a concealed cave. Inside there was a sage sitting completely still, yet radiating an incredible presence. The wanderer patiently waited, watching as the sage meditated. Days went by until finally the sage opened his eyes, revealing a depth of wisdom that seemed to contain the universe. "You've traveled far looking for answers," the sage said, "but what you seek has been inside you all along. You have that same well of wisdom within you, an inner sage just waiting to be discovered in your quiet thoughts. This timeless knowledge flows through you, whispering in your intuition and dreams. When you learn to listen, you tap into a guide that's deeper than anything outside yourself. Your inner sage holds the collective wisdom of life itself, connecting you directly to universal intelligence. It's like tuning a radio to a station that has always been broadcasting. You just need to adjust your awareness to catch its messages. This wisdom comes as that quiet knowing that comes before thoughts, that subtle feeling nudging you toward the truth. In a distant kingdom, a young explorer found an ancient lamp. Unlike regular lamps that dim in the dark, this one burned brighter the deeper she ventured into shadows. The darker her surroundings, the more brilliantly the lamp lit her way. She realized that the lamp's magic reflected a universal truth. The light of inner wisdom shines the brightest when you step into the unknown. Dive deep within yourself, and this lamp reflects your own inner glow. When you take the plunge into your consciousness, your inner wisdom gets stronger. It lights up paths you didn't even see before. Each moment you spend looking inward strengthens your bond with a limitless source of guidance. Your life shows you this truth. Every challenge you face is a nudge to look within and consult the wise voice inside you. The answers you're searching for are already nestled in the quiet of your mind, just waiting to be found. Find a peaceful spot where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes gently. Take 3 deep breaths, letting each exhale blow away your outside worries. Now, picture yourself walking down a twisting staircase into the sacred depths of your being. Each step takes you deeper into the sanctuary of your inner wisdom. At the end of the stairs, visualize meeting your inner sage, a figure filled with deep wisdom and endless compassion, waiting for you since time began. This sage might shine like a light or take a form that feels right to you. Share your current challenge with this wise part of yourself. Listen with your heart for the guidance that comes. Trust that the answers will find their way to you, whether as words, feelings, images, or just knowing. Spend about 5 minutes in this sacred connection, letting wisdom flow from within like a clear spring bubbling up from the earth. When you're ready, thank your inner sage and slowly come back to your usual awareness, carrying this divine wisdom with you. In a secluded grove untouched by humans, a caterpillar gazed into a dewdrop. Day after day it crawled along, munching on leaves, unaware of its hidden potential. Then came a moment of surrender. The caterpillar listened to an inner calling and wrapped itself in silky threads. Inside that chrysalis, something miraculous happened. What looked like falling apart was really a transformation, and when the moment came, it emerged as a beautiful and free creature. Just like that caterpillar, you also have the ability for radical change within you. The nature of consciousness allows for sudden shifts that go beyond gradual change. You don't need to grasp every detail of the process. You simply need to surrender to the wisdom that calls you forward. Evolve. These big shifts happen when our awareness stretches beyond what we already know. In those moments, limitations just fade away, not from struggling or pushing hard, but with a simple change in how we see things. What once felt impossible suddenly feels easy as our understanding tunes into a deeper truth. Imagine this: a traveler wanders for days through a twisting maze, feeling tired and lost. They stop to rest against a wall. As they close their eyes, something shifts. They notice a soft, gentle breeze, barely there but consistent. Following that whisper of air, they find a hidden pathway that leads straight to the center of the labyrinth. What once felt like a long journey suddenly changes into a direct route. This shift in perception makes the invisible visible. This mirrors how our consciousness transforms. Often, the answers we look for are right in front of us, just waiting for us to see them. When we let go of old ways of thinking, new paths appear effortlessly. Your journey shows this truth. Every limitation you feel exists only within your current way of understanding. As your awareness expands, those barriers break down, revealing the limitless potential that's always been yours. Here's a sacred practice. Sit quietly and think of one limiting belief that's been holding you back. Write it down on a piece of paper. Now close your eyes and visualize stepping through a glowing doorway. On the other side is a version of you free from that limitation. Feel the lightness, the freedom, the ease of being this new you. Breathe in this new reality and let it settle within. When you're ready, open your eyes and tear up that piece of paper with your old belief. It's a powerful symbol of your leap into greater awareness. In another part of the world, there's a craftsman famous for making beautiful instruments. Unlike others who force their will on the wood and metal, this artisan takes time to observe the natural patterns in his materials. Whenever he finds a piece of wood, he listens to its unique song, feeling how it wants to express itself. Only then does he start his work, following the grain and honoring its natural curves. The instruments he made seemed to play on their own, creating sounds that echoed like the wind rustling through trees or water flowing over stones. The universe runs on steady principles. similar to the rules of music and harmony. These aren't outside rules, but the core of existence. When you match your actions with these principles, life moves with the same effortless grace as an expert craftsman at work. Start by tuning into your own rhythm. Notice how your energy shifts throughout the day. Instead of battling against these natural cycles, work with them. Plan your creative tasks when your energy peaks and save contemplative work for quieter times. Let your actions reflect nature's efficiency, where nothing is wasted and everything has a purpose. In your relationships, embrace the flow of giving and receiving, not as a trade but as a natural exchange. In your work, practice the principle of cause and effect by setting clear goals and taking aligned steps. With your thoughts, stay aware of your emotional vibration. Think of an ancient river. It flows smoothly to its destination, going around obstacles instead of resisting them. Over time, even the hardest stone gets shaped by that gentle water. The river carves its path not by force, but by aligning with nature's laws. This river reflects your own journey. When you align with these universal principles, reaching your goals feels effortless, much like a stream coursing down a mountainside. Resistance fades away, not through struggle, but through understanding and working with these timeless rules that have guided seekers forever. Your strength isn't in battling these forces, but in moving in harmony with them, just like a leaf dances in the wind. By surrendering to these eternal truths, you make space for endless wisdom that's always there, waiting for those ready to embrace it. As a sacred practice, take a moment to think about the universal laws that shape all creation. Pick one that resonates with you right now. Maybe it's the law of vibration, reciprocity, or cause and effect. Write down 3 simple ways you can live in line with this law every day. They don't have to be big actions. Even the tiniest steps, when aligned, can make a difference. Universal principles create waves of harmony that reach far beyond what you might think. Try practicing these alignments for a week and see how your experience shifts as you flow with the natural order. In the ancient halls of wisdom, there was a torchbearer whose flame never faded. Night after night, she climbed the temple steps, lighting the way for seekers of truth. What made her flame so bright wasn't just the oil she used. It was the joy pouring from her heart as she served others. Even on the darkest nights, her light danced with a glow that went beyond just fire. You too have an inner flame. It's a unique purpose that wants to light not just your path, but others' journeys as well. When your desires align with this sacred purpose, things manifest effortlessly. The universe reacts differently to wishes that come from a deep calling than to those sparked by passing wants. Think of your desires as streams looking to join a powerful river. When they align with your purpose, they gain strength, carving new paths through tough terrain. But when they go against your true nature, they turn into stagnant pools, trapped in frustrating cycles. Picture a traveler lost in the wilderness, wandering aimlessly for days. Then they remember the compass they have, not just any compass, but one that points to their heart's true north. Following its guidance turns random wandering into a meaningful journey. Just like that compass, your inner wisdom shows you your authentic path. Align your goals with this guidance, and watch as obstacles turn into chances and coincidences shift into synchronicities. The universe supports desires that bring growth not just to you, but to everyone around you. This truth shows up in everything around us. Look at how plants grow toward sunlight, or how rivers always find their way to the sea. Your soul also yearns to express its highest purpose. When you honor this calling, you connect to a power greater than just personal ambition. You become a channel for universal intention. Now take a moment to quiet your mind. Listen to what your heart has to say. On a fresh page, start writing a purpose statement that truly reflects who you are. Open with the words, "I am here to," and let your thoughts flow freely. No judging, no editing. Then take a moment to look at your current desires and goals. How do they match up with this purpose? Which ones feel right for your soul's mission, and which might need a little tweaking? Remember, this isn't about giving up on what you want, but about aligning those desires with your higher truth. Now, let's dive into a story about synchronicity. In a faraway land, a traveler wandered through twisting streets, carrying just a small bag and a silent wish. While walking, something strange happened. A merchant's wind chime chimed right when she thought of music. A child's laughter filled the air when joy bubbled up inside her, and as she wished for peace, a dove landed nearby. Following these gentle signs, she realized they were leading her to an ancient courtyard. Beneath a worn stone, she found a chest full of precious gems, exactly what she needed to fulfill her heart's desire. You have a natural gift for recognizing the sacred language of synchronicity. The universe talks to you through meaningful coincidences, weaving patterns that guide you toward what's truly good for you. When you get in sync with the timing of the universe, life unfolds with amazing clarity, bringing you opportunities, connections, and resources just when you need them. These synchronicities aren't just luck. They come from your connection to a greater intelligence. It's like unseen threads that tie together seemingly random events, revealing the harmony in existence. The more you notice these patterns, the more they show up in your life, creating a loop of divine guidance. In another story, there was a master clockmaker who spent years crafting a beautiful timepiece. Every gear, spring, and wheel worked together in perfect harmony, not just telling time, but performing a dance of motion. She knew that if she forced any piece, it would throw the whole system off balance. Instead, she let each part find its own rhythm, trusting the natural order of the entire creation. This wisdom is relevant to your journey of manifestation. Just as the clockmaker's creation needed precise timing, your dreams unfold according to a divine order. If you try to rush things or fight against the timing, you create tension. But when you trust the journey and stay open to those synchronistic signs, things fall into place. Flow smoothly towards your goals. Each person sees their own unique signs. Maybe it's those repeating numbers, chance meetings, or perfect messages that pop up just when you need them. These aren't just random events. They're cosmic nudges showing you're in sync with the universe. By spotting these signs and acting on them, you deepen your connection to divine guidance. Start a synchronicity journal. Write down those meaningful coincidences in your life. Jot down the time, date, and details of what happened. Look closely at any patterns connected to your current hopes and dreams, especially the ones that show up over and over or in surprising ways. After a week, go back through your notes. Reflect on how these signs might be steering you toward your goals. Notice the links between seemingly unrelated events. Often, the biggest insights hide in the spaces between those coincidences. Remember, the universe whispers. Tune in to its soft messages through steady observation and an open heart. This kind of awareness strengthens your ability to see divine guidance when it shows up, letting you move forward confidently on your path. Trust that every synchronicity, no matter how tiny, has deep significance for your journey. Now let's talk about breaking free from limits. Once, there was a beautiful phoenix living in a golden palace of its own making. Blessed with the power to renew itself, the phoenix was afraid of the fire that would bring that change. Every day, it built defenses against that inevitable blaze, wrapping itself in layers of doubt and fear. Then one day, worn out from fighting it, the phoenix surrendered to its true self. In that moment of acceptance, it ignited into stunning flames, emerging more vibrant than ever. You're at a similar point of transformation. The blocks that seem to hold you back are mostly in your head. These self-made limits, fear of failing, doubts about your abilities, believing in scarcity, are like invisible chains keeping your spirit down. But the universe knows no limits. It operates in a realm of endless possibilities, where abundance flows freely to those who connect with its energy. Your thoughts of restriction are just shadows from old beliefs, waiting to be released. Dissolve in the light of awareness. Imagine a rare songbird grew up in a beautiful cage. The door, always unlocked. But the bird never thought to fly out, believing the cage defined its whole world. One day, a wild sparrow landed nearby, singing about endless skies and new horizons. In that moment, the songbird realized its cage was just an illusion. With a gentle push, it opened the door and soared into freedom, discovering its true self in the endless sky. Like that songbird, you might accept limits as reality. Maybe you think success only comes through struggle, or that your dreams are too big to grasp. Those are the bars of your cage, built from thoughts and reinforced by habits. But they can melt away when you choose to see beyond them. Liberation starts with recognizing these limits, that crucial moment when you first spot the bars of your mental cage. Whenever you catch yourself saying, "I can't," or "it's impossible," you shine a light on those self-imposed barriers. These whispered doubts shape your reality, but by acknowledging them, you weaken their grip, like morning sunlight chasing away shadows. With every recognition, you have a chance to start fresh. Let go of an old belief and let your spirit rise into new realms of potential. Here's a simple practice. Take a moment to pinpoint one limiting belief that holds you back. Write it down on a piece of paper and really feel its weight. Then, as a conscious act of release, tear that paper into pieces. While you do, say out loud, "I release this limitation and embrace my infinite potential." Gather those torn pieces and let them go. Bury them in the earth, dissolve them in water, or safely burn them. Let this act symbolize your freedom from constraints you've placed on yourself. Now shift to the mastery of inner stillness. In the heart of an ancient valley lies a lake, so calm that it mirrors the sky with perfect clarity. Travelers come from far and wide to seek its waters, yet many pass by without recognizing its true magic. Those who pause long enough discover that in its clear reflection, they can see not just the sky, but also hidden truths about themselves that daily life obfuscates. You hold within you a similar lake of consciousness. When your mind becomes still, like those sacred waters, you can reflect on your own truths. The universe holds endless wisdom, but our constant thoughts, worries, and desires can cloud our perception. The art of stillness is more than just being quiet. It's a state where the noisy mind quiets down, revealing the deep silence that's always been there. In this silence, you tap into the very essence of creation, where all possibilities exist. Once, a wise monk sat under an old tree, perfectly still from dawn to dusk. Villagers gathered, wondering why he did this. Some thought he was just wasting time. Others believed he had lost his sanity. But as seasons changed, they noticed something. Birds started nesting around him, deer grazed nearby, and even the troubled found peace in his presence. The monk realized that in stillness he connected with the universal mind, allowing wisdom and harmony to flow through him effortlessly. Your journey into stillness can start with just one breath. Like the monk, you don't need to escape to high mountains or faraway caves. The path to inner peace is right where you are whenever you choose to be still. In those quiet moments, the whispers of universal wisdom become clear, guiding you toward your true purpose. Find a comfy spot where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes gently for 5 minutes. Focus your attention on your breath like a feather landing on calm water. Notice its natural rhythm, the gentle rise and fall, without trying to change it. When thoughts pop up, and they will, acknowledge them kindly, watching them drift away like clouds in the vast sky of your awareness. Keep returning to your breath, your everlasting anchor to the present. In this deep stillness, feel the infinite wisdom that's always been inside you, patiently waiting to be found. Let this ancient knowledge flow through you as easily as your breath, connecting you to the same divine intelligence that moves the stars and guides the seasons. In the heart of an ancient mountain, a seeker lived, dedicated to studying sacred texts and gathering wisdom. One night, under the moonlight, while meditating in a forgotten temple, the seeker noticed a soft golden light shining from what looked like solid stone. As they got closer, their gathered knowledge connected with the wall, revealing a beautifully ornate door that had been hidden from many who passed by before. Through this mystical gateway was a realm where thoughts became reality in an instant, where the air shimmered with creative energy. The seeker didn't just find a new world, they saw the one around them with fresh eyes. You're standing at a similar threshold. The knowledge you've collected isn't just for understanding, it's meant to turn into living wisdom. Every breath can become a mindful act of creation. Each thought can be a seed planted in rich, universal soil. The principles of metaphysics aren't just ideas to ponder, they're alive and ready to flow through you. Like the seeker who found that hidden door, you have the key to see reality in a new light. Think about the potter who spent years perfecting their craft. One day, sitting at their wheel, they realized that the clay, their hands, and their intentions were all one. There was no divide between the creator and the creation. In that moment, they crafted a piece of art so beautiful that it brought people to tears. This story mirrors your potential. Inside you lies the same creative force that guided the potter's hands. As you weave these teachings into your everyday life, the line between spiritual practice and regular living blurs, just like morning mist vanishing in the sunlight. Every moment becomes a chance for conscious creation. Every interaction is an opportunity to embody universal truth. Each breath invites you to connect with the infinite wisdom flowing through everything. You too will come to realize that the sacred and the ordinary are actually one, just waiting for you to see them through new eyes. Take a moment to stand before a doorway in your home and fill it with symbolic meaning. Let it symbolize the shift from knowledge to embodiment, from learning to becoming. Take 3 deep breaths, letting each exhale release any lingering doubts or hesitations. When you're ready, say these words aloud. I step forward now as a mindful creator, embracing the vital truths that guide all existence. As you move through this doorway, feel yourself entering a new way of being, where these teachings flow through everything you do. Complete this ritual by placing your hand on your heart, acknowledging the wisdom that now comes to you naturally and without effort. You've journeyed through these sacred pages, exploring realms of ancient knowledge and uncovering truths that have stayed hidden from others not ready to see. The insight you now possess isn't just facts. It's living wisdom that runs through you like the alchemists of old, turning base materials into gold. You've taken understanding and turned it into real power. The mysteries you've found are yours to carry forward. Each principle, each practice, and each revelation acts like a key, unlocking doors to realities that many think only exist in dreams. You've realized that the universe doesn't respond to what you wish for, but to what you embody, how you vibrate, and the consciousness you nurture. Remember, this text came to you at just the right time, when your spirit was ready to absorb its lessons. The wisdom in these pages has been waiting for ages, passed down through seekers who dared to look beyond the usual. Now you join their ranks, carrying the torch of transformation. As you close this book, know its teachings will keep growing within you, like seeds in rich soil, blossoming in ways you can't yet picture. The practices you've learned aren't just for quiet moments. They should fill every breath, every thought, and every action with the power of conscious creation. You now stand as both a student and a teacher. Those who see your transformation will naturally feel drawn to your light. Without saying a word, your very presence will inspire others to recognize their potential. This is the essence of true wisdom. It spreads quietly through the strength of your example. The universe is eager for your conscious involvement in its endless dance of creation. You've tapped into knowledge that few seek, yet it's always available to those who are ready to claim it. Every moment brings a new chance to apply these principles and shape your reality. Always keep your highest vision in mind. Remember, mastery isn't a final stop, it's an ongoing journey. Every day presents fresh chances to learn more, hone your skills, and broaden your awareness. The power you possess is a blend of gift and duty. Use it wisely and let compassion guide you for all living beings. As you lift yourself up, you help uplift the whole world. If you like this exclusive audiobook, I've selected the next book just for you. It's one that could really change your life.